Fine. I'll do my project. I did recipe stuff because I thought it was going to be easy. And it was easy. And I also got to make the food that I made with my family. Yay! More specifically, my mother and my brother, because we needed dinner. And it was good. It was delicious. Let's get into some history of goulash, shall we? Since it was like part of the assignment and all that. I know I submitted this late, but it's gonna be funny, so you should give me a good grade. Please. Goulash originated from Hungarian shepherds all the way back in the 9th century. For context, Vikings and the Crusades. Yeah, this is an old dish. It's very old food that was made by people in that time. And due to it being a Hungarian dish, it was most likely brought over from Hungarian settlers or immigrants back in the day, back in ye olden times. And of course, the first printed recipe for American goulash was found in California in 1909. Now, again, Hungary, America, two very different countries, no matter what time you really look at it. So, of course, American goulash and Hungarian goulash, kind of different, very different dishes. But the point is that it's all kind of pasta related. So, that's kind of the main basis of it. It kind of evolved in the South to become somewhat of a comfort dish, but its history, not very well documented, unfortunately. But again, considered a classic or comfort food. Now, the recipe I followed, kind of vague, unfortunately. They weren't very specific on a few measurements, so we kind of didn't make it correctly. Also, I will say the pictures that I'm going to show, or the singular photo I'm going to show for my goulash, or our goulash, I suppose, is not going to look like how it's supposed to look, because we also started making it at 7 p.m., and it says bake for 2 hours in the recipe. No thanks. I don't want to eat at 9. So, we didn't. Let's get into the actual recipe now. I know you see onion on there, and yes, I know. Oregon, Idaho, and California were the most common onion producers back in that age. But exportation exists, and that doesn't mean that onions can't be grown literally anywhere else. It just might be a little bit harder, but that's okay. Tomatoes were grown in South Florida. So, there's that. And of course, you gotta have livestock everywhere. So, salt pork and hamburger steak, or at least those two kinds of meats, pork and steak, not that difficult to find, I feel. Now, of course, everybody has table salt and pepper, and if you can't find water in Florida, then you're not in Florida. You're probably in the middle of Oklahoma or something. Crumble crackers, man, they're crackers. And box of macaroni, it's just bread stretched out in a funny way, kind of, sorta. That's a little bit how pasta works. I don't know. I'm not a baker. All right, that's Evan's last name, not mine. I'm also not Gordon Ramsay, and again, we made this at night, so my pictures are not that good. Meet my brother Spencer and my mother. I'm not giving you her name. She's my mom, and you will address her as such. Let's make some food! Yeah, I didn't really get that many pictures or videos because I was worried about not overcooking stuff and making it taste horrid. But you get to see one of my dogs. The other one was actually in the recipe. I just didn't scroll down far enough for you to see him. No, he was delicious. We ate him. It was great.
In the arms of an angel, fly away from here.
In all seriousness, it was actually really good, and we didn't even make it correctly because, like I said, we weren't going to eat dinner at 9. So, yeah, I encourage you to go home and follow the recipe. Unfortunately, like I said earlier, some of the measurements are pretty vague, but, You got that. Figure it out. I'm sure you'll do a better job than me because I've only ever been in front of a stove a few times in my life and I figured it out just fine. Yeah. Enjoy! Goodbye.
어찌 떠나려는 거야 웃는 그 눈으로 화면이 You never see it coming